Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. It would be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta Reunion, Season 10, Part 3. And so, Kim, she's going around, claiming that she was ganged up and she was bullied. And we also have Andy from Bravo TV, the host, actually talking about that. Andy said that he should have walked out during the Real Housewives reunion because they ganged up on Kim. And how is that even possible? Like, let's keep continue. He goes, I hate a 5 against 1 situation. I don't like it because it's a gang up, and the problem is that Kim was not it less problematic when the person is kind of a good at talking up for themselves. Kim was not having a easy time with her words. She was making it harder for herself. So he's basically, feeling sorry for Kim and talking about, she wasn't able to, express herself. But Kim was able to express herself all season, disrespect people, and do everything possible to put people down and act like she was better than everybody and talk negative about them. And she was able to express herself on stage. She was talking crap. She was talking mess. And it's like, okay, Andy, so Andy says, in retrospect and thinking of it, no one was listening to me, and I really did not have control of the room, and I wish I had walked off of the reunion because I have never walked off. Everyone else has walked off, and the next day I was like, damn it, you should have walked off. Like, it doesn't even make sense. He was like, everyone else has walked off, and the next day I was like, damn it, I should have walked off. So he's saying, I guess other people in reunion shows walked off and he should have walked off. Why would you walk off when it was good TV, it was good ratings, and you actually agreed with all the ladies on stage because you was coming at Kim too as well? So Andy says, it has to be ball to the wall bad for me to walk off. I just did Beverly Hills and I ain't walked off there. New York I can handle. So he's basically saying all the other franchises of Real Housewives of Atlanta were great, were perfect, and he can handle them because they are Caucasian women. But since these African American women said something, they expressed themselves, they were wrong and they were bad. But he also agreed with it. And so this is how he agrees with it, because when the reunion ended, and Andy went into the bathroom with Kim, Kim said to Andy, "You're not gonna find another. You're not gonna find another white person to sit on stage. No one is dumb enough." So basically, she was disrespecting the African American race and the indigenous people, talking about like, she was terrified, she was horrified, and nobody wants to sit next to these African American women. But if that's the case, then why do you film with African American women? If you're scared of African American women and you don't want to sit next to them or be next to them, or you think they're gonna have some type of grievance with you, why would you film with them? Because Kim said, put yourself in my shoes. 5 African American women hammering me, and I'm only one person, but you hammered them all season. You came at them all season. And why did they have to be 5 African American women? Why can't they just be 5 women? Because before, Kim said that race is nothing. Race don't mean anything to her. So if she didn't think race was the issue, why would she have to bring up that there are 5 African American women, not 5 women, not 5 human beings, but 5 African American women? So miss me with that. And she also says, this racism, she said this whole racism thing is bullshit. That is not true. This whole racism thing is bullshit. She goes, this whole racism thing, this day and age is just bullshit. So she's basically saying racism is bullshit, or she's saying that, her being considered a racist is bullshit, but she didn't clarify that. And she goes, all that shit, ain't real, long time ago. It wasn't real long time ago at all. So what are you talking about? It's not real. And she goes, nobody's buying into that racism thing. Only time that people are buying into racism things right now is because of social media. But the racism ain't real, and you know it. She said to Andy that racism isn't real, and you know it. And the only reason why the racism thing are coming out about her is because of social media. That does not make any sense. So she's also saying that back in the day, she was accused of being racist. And she said, oh, well, it didn't explode. People didn't hear what I said and all this other stuff because it wasn't social media. So if these women been accusing you of being racist for like 6, 7 years, 10 years, or 11 years, there's got to be something to the story. They're not just making this up. And then for you to say 5 African American women, Okay. And then Kim also says she also says that, there was nothing positive. There was nothing positive. You didn't ask me about my kids. You didn't ask me about my husband or anything. And that's when Andy said, well, there was nothing positive this season. You didn't do anything positive. In retrospect, everything that you did was very combative. The whole season was combative for you. So what would you like me to do? There was nothing positive at all this whole season. And so now Andy said that about Kim, that nothing that she did was positive. So basically he's saying that everything that you put out there was so negative that the negativity came back on you, that there was nothing positive to say to you. And then if Andy felt like, Kim was being bullied or being ganged up on, why didn't he stop asking the questions that he did ask? You know what I mean? And so then also, Kim said during the season that Nene was on drugs. She thinks that she's not herself. And she was saying, like, that's very damaging to somebody's career to say, hey, listen, I think that you're on drugs, or, something's wrong with Nene. And she also said that Candy tried to eat her vagina, knowing that Candy had a big battle last year with Phaedra about accusing, Phaedra was accusing of Candy trying to poison and drug, Portia. And then for Kim to say, she tried to eat my vagina, she was trying to get at me, as just a dig. So when you say something like that, you're really going for the jugular, because you know how of a big deal it was, because you're in the middle of it. And she also said that Kim had a fake husband. Everything in her life is fake. Everything's fake about her. Kim also said that Cynthia needs to shut up and look pretty. And she said Cynthia wouldn't have got far in life if she wasn't pretty. Kim said that, Nene's car is rented. Like, she can't afford the car that she has because she's broke. In so many different words. And Kim also said, her car is rented. And Kim started, a fight at Nene's house with, Kenya coming at her, talking about that she got a fake husband, never seen her husband. Her husband's a fan, her husband's rented. And then she throws a drink and tries to fight Kenya at Nene's house. Nene has a beautiful house, nice, elegant house. It was all white, and you're gonna throw things and try to fight Kenya at her party, fight Kenya at Nene's party for no reason at all, because you started with her and you came after her. And, Kenya finished the situation by bringing up the situation about your daughter's tweet about the John Legend tickets. And also talking about the John Legend tickets, when Andy brought up the John Legend tickets, he also had John Legend on clipped in. So Andy was provoking a situation when John Legend said, well, I don't think my music is worth anybody, trying to give me a blowjob to get free concert tickets. I don't think it's worth it. And they had that clip in the reunion show while all the ladies were sitting there. So Andy, you was a part of this whole gang up thing that you're trying to claim, when that's not what happened. What happened is a reunion show, and usually at the reunion show, everybody confronts everybody about things that they seen throughout the season, and they try to squash it, or it continues to go on. And you know this, you've been doing this for 10, 20 years. So if you knew Kim had nothing but negativity all season and she was combative, you knew it wasn't going to be a good situation. So you could either, ask different questions, but you was in it, especially when you said, Kim, when is the end game with these lips? Like, you was talking about her lips. You asked her about Big Papa. You asked Kim, is Big Papa is divorced now? You asked Kim, like, oh, is it true that you was a stripper at Oasis? Like, you was part of it. You was in the middle of it. And you even accused Kim of being wrong and derogatory towards, Cynthia, by asking Cynthia, to shut up and sit down and be pretty. And you also said in the interview that, Kim did with, Sheree, that she was being mean and she was being wrong and vicious towards Cynthia. So you had a part in whatever you're trying to claim that these other women did. So now you're trying to claim victim too as well, when you was actually the ringleader of the bullshit. So don't even go there. Like, these people are just so crazy. And you was asking her about, Kim was also saying that Nene parked in a handicapped spot. She took pictures of it. She sent it back. She said she didn't do it. And Andy even asked Kim, how did you get the picture? Why you took a picture of her car? Somebody sent you a picture? That doesn't make any sense. You said that, Andy. You was part of the whole situation. And And then also Kim with the situation with her daughter taking pictures of Nene's bathroom, saying that she had roaches and holding on to it and waiting to release it later on. You know, all that is negative. That's asking for trouble. That's asking for drama. So when you put out negativity and drama, it's actually going to come back to you. And Andy, you knew that you know, these girls had, you know, wanted to confront Kim, especially because you watched the season, you seen what happened. You wouldn't want Kim to say the things that she said about these ladies, about you. And so it was just so much that went on. And Andy said to Kim, you was talking a fair amount of crap about Cynthia. And Andy said, you know, that shut up was pretty dirty to say that. Andy called Kim, you know, Miss Huckabee Sanders, saying that, you know, Donald Trump spokesman. So you even called her names as what you called her names. And Andy asked Kim, why take pictures of Nene's car? So you was asking her these questions. You could have changed the questions. Andy said, someone else sent you the pictures from the mall. Andy asked Kim, was she a stripper at Oasis? Andy asked Kim, did, you know, Big Papa get divorced? And then, you know, Kim also said when she was coming at, you know, what is her name? Candy, when she was coming at Candy about threesomes and her and Todd having this type of relationship, she was saying that throughout the season, and she knew some dirt on Candy and Todd and them having threesomes. And she also said that, you know, Candy's elevators don't go all the way to the top when she's letting her man be with somebody else. So she said all these things when these ladies wasn't even thinking about her. She started all this drama. And so, you know, then Kim actually mentioned, well, you know, the last time I was with you, we went to the Bahamas and everything, and we was talking about threesome. Why would Kim brought up Bahamas and she brought up threesomes? And that's when Candy said, you was in a room with DJ Tracy. So Kim actually spoke and said a bunch of things as well. She was inciting the situation and throwing shots as well. She was not innocent. And also, Andy also laughed too as well. He was laughing throughout the interview when Kim was getting caught in her lies. And so basically that's it. And so then we get to Kim. This is what Kim says. Kim says, the reunion was disgusting. Nene tried to kick me. Girl, make fun of my children, mocking my husband. I did not pick on people's children. Husband, you are clueless human being, sending love and light. So she's calling Nene names. So basically she's saying that Nene attacked her and was trying to kick her. We didn't see that at all. So now when she released, you know, this post talking about, you know, Nene's a clueless human being, she's actually sending shots out to Nene and disrespecting her, talking about, you know, Kim thinking that she's gonna get over on it. Kim saying that she's not gonna film, and she's sending cease and desist letters to people and being very negative and trying to change her image because maybe her stock has gone down when people seen how she lied and how she behaved and how she started all this drama. And she's still starting drama because she didn't have to say anything like this. It was disgusting because Kim was disgusting. And if Kim was ganged up on, she deserved it. That's what happens when you talk reckless about everyone. Oh, no one cares about me getting ganged up on. Season 7. Think Dr. Jeff situation, wearing all white at the reunion. Cynthia, Peter, Claudia, Kenya, and Candy all had something to say to me. I don't remember anybody caring. Just saying. So yes, and so it's, you know, Nene's trying to say, hey, listen, why are you trying to say that you was gang up on? And Andy's trying to say that, you know, the ladies ganged up on, you know, Kim, when it happened to, you know, Nene. It's happened to plenty of people on, you know, the reunion shows, because the reunion shows are for people to, you know, address their grievances, address what happened in the season, especially if you had a negative season. People going to, that's why we all watch the reunion. We watch the reunion for what they're wearing, and then have them address all the situations that they did not address while they were filming. So miss me with that bull. And it seems like Andy and Kim are getting some type of special privilege, and they can now dog out the Real Housewives of Atlanta when it's their top rated show on their channel, first of all. And then on top of that, you know, Kim put herself in that situation. She wanted to be on the show and she wanted to be negative, and she got what she deserved from being negative. Nobody lied on her. Everybody told the truth about her. She could not refute the truth. That's why she didn't have any comeback, because when someone is coming at you with truth, how do you fight truth? If they're lying, then you can say, hey, you're lying because this and that. She could not refute anything, because everything was true, from the videos to the roaches to Big Papa to her talking about Candy, because they kept showing the film of it as well as her doing it. So how can you rebuttal the truth? And now she's trying to blame it on racism, and she's trying to cry poor me, but she wasn't crying poor me when she was ruining these ladies' reputations and saying negative things about them. So now Andy and Kim are ganging up to go against the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the African American ones, the ones that got the show popping. Then on top of that, Kenya didn't even get a peach. She's gonna be standby. That's what Michelle Brown said, and we know Sheree's not coming back, so Eva might get a peach, and the jury's still out on if Kenya Moore is pregnant or not. People saying she is, people saying she's not. At one point in time, I thought she was pregnant, but it's saying that she's not pregnant. It's saying that she is pregnant. I just hope she is having the baby, and I hope she'll have a full-time peach. Hopefully, Kim will never go back to the show. And then also, it was addressed that the reason why Kim and the reunion show, the reason why Kim, got her own show, they was asking Kim, how did you get your own show? Is allegedly that Kim called all the cast member N-words, and they didn't want to film with her anymore. And so Kim was still under contract. This is what Michelle Brown said. And then after that, she still had a contract, so she still needed to film some way, somehow. So they created the show Don't Be Tardy to the Party, or whatever garbage show that she got on. So in my opinion, they should have did more to get at Kim. It wasn't enough, because she lied, and especially she's trying to say Nene's on drugs, calling Cynthia stupid. Come on. When you used to be a stripper and you slept from man to man to man, and then you used a woman, you used a lesbian game to actually, the LGBTQ community, to actually have a storyline for a season. Come on. So anyways, peace and one love to all my peeps and my peoples. Please tell me what you think. I think they should have got onto her more, because imagine somebody coming to your mansion, your white mink carpet, and throwing champagne and fighting and stuff, and then she didn't want to film with the lady. She always brought Cora around. She always had the party cup drinking. She didn't want to drink out of anybody's cups and anything like that. Cora's outside with the car running. Like, people are going to talk about this, because if anybody else would have did that, imagine if Nene or Candy or Kenya or Portia or Cynthia only filmed for like 2 minutes, and then they had their boyfriends or their husbands outside waiting for them to bounce and didn't want to go on trips. When the last time you seen Kim go on a trip? I don't ever remember Kim going on a trip. And it's like she has special privilege, and now that she was brought up to look like who she is, and it's revealed who she is on the reunion show, she's trying to backtrack. Andy's trying to backtrack because they still want to make profit off of Kim. Peace. I'm out. One love.